Hi, I'm Becky Brune, and I am back to talk about my progress on my 2 quilts that I have going on. I just finished up my summer quilt. I was trying to figure out, what was next, and I ended up choosing a Colorwash quilt made with quarter square triangles and a black and white quilt of my own design. I mean, is there anything new in the world of quilting? Not generally. This is a block quilt. So yeah. First, the Colorwash quilt. Here it is as a design, theoretical, and here it is as the real thing. So my job now is to figure out how to quilt it. And one of the things I figured out that I really wanted to do was use the 3 colors of thread that match the 3 colors of the Colorwash, the aqua, the green, and the, blue violet. Now I'm having to figure out how to quilt it. It has such a specific triangular design that it doesn't make sense to to subvert it at all, to kind of go across the triangles. I've been thinking about it for days, actually. I actually got some of the aqua threaded on a needle, ready to go, and then I just sat here staring at it because I didn't know what to do, how to proceed. When I commit to it, it's a big project. So I'm also thinking, what's the most efficient way for me to do this? Oh, look, so you can kind of see here, there's a mark, a kind of a fold mark from here that runs all the way up to here. I think that's what I was going to do. That's where I was going to sew this. I do remember. I guess I just had to think about it. So I'm going to say it out loud and see if this makes sense. If I use aqua thread on the lines that are primarily aqua, then I would have, and just went up, maybe, I wonder what I did. I think that I might have used, let me look and see if that's true. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and work on this and see how much progress I can make on this today, getting some lines of colorful thread running up and down here. So I got 3 rows done. I wanted to show you something because I have a little bit of a dream of being able to submit one of my quilts to a quilt show. But one of the things that I have to consider is that I am a hand quilter, and there is a standard, I believe, for the number of stitches per inch, 8 to 12 stitches per inch. And I just want to show you what mine are. This is sort of my standard, let's see. Yeah, 4. I am doing consistently 4 stitches per inch. So stitch length was one of the things that I remember from when I was in my 20s, when my mother-in-law was teaching me this, that really turned me off of quilting. I don't have a desire, actually, to do that. I don't understand it. It feels competitive and just not worth the effort. I think my 4 stitches per inch is going to be just fine. They hold. It's Aurifil. It's not going to break. So my second quilt is the black and white. But before we go on to that, I just want to tell you about another quilt that sort of arrived for me to do. Somebody asked me to make them a quilt, and normally I would have said no, because I'm in the middle now of school. And in the beginning, I was very interested in making quilts for other people, but now, honestly, it would interfere with my learning, I think, to spend a whole lot of time making quilts for other people. But this is someone who for various reasons that I won't go into, I felt strongly about wanting to make her a quilt. And she really likes the first quilt that I ever made, the K Facette layer cake quilt, which I will show you right now. The thing about it that was so good was you buy these 10-inch squares and you just sew them together. And because it's K Facette and such beautiful fabric, you just have instant beauty. And I happen to have already on hand some of these K Facette. It's fabric though, it's not squares. So I cut my own 10-inch squares for her quilt. And I know that this person is going to be so pleased with this quilt. So I'm happy to do it. And for my benefit, I did just buy a new sewing machine. I have been too intimidated to actually set it up yet, but it's going to get set up, and it will. Well, my current sewing machine is a very basic sewing machine. I can't really do machine quilting on it, but this new one I absolutely can do machine quilting on. And I'm thinking that this might be a good time to just try on this quilt. It's a very simple quilt. It would have very simple quilting needs. So that is another project that came into my life and is so, I'm actually working on three quilts at the moment. The black and white quilt. If you remember, this is the design that I came up with. And when I first tried to make the half rectangle triangles, I really messed it up. I mean, I just had assumed, oh, well, no problem. You know, it's a half square triangle, half rectangle. No. And so I had some trouble with that. So I did the research and figured out how to do that. And I actually even made a pillow out of half rectangle triangles. Let me show you. I go get it. I have it on my bed. It's warm on this corner. I think the cat had been sleeping on it. Anyway, so this is the one. I was very delighted that I was able to find some good instructions for this. So for the pattern that I have, I need to make several different kinds of blocks. This one is like a 2-peak, 3-peak, and this is actually a quarter square triangle with black and white. And then this one, which is my challenge, is the 12-peak. This was the one I was trying to make last time, and I wanted to start with the hardest one, but that was a mistake. I should have started with the easiest one because last night I sat down to make these. I need to make 5 of them. And I took the time to do because there's not a pattern for this. I'm creating this myself. I drew myself up a little pattern and gave myself the instructions and had the measurements and all of that. And the first thing I did was make a mistake. I posted this on Instagram too. They're not reversible because they are rectangles. The angles, you can't reverse them. And I meant this to be black. No, I meant the triangle to go the other direction. But I didn't just make one of them. I was supposed to make 5 of them. I think I made 7 of them actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 6. I made 6 of them. So I even made a spare, just in case, and they're all wrong. But I'm not going to fix them. I'm going to reverse them all. So that was the 2-peak, and it had an impact on the design. So the next thing I started working on was this morning. I started working on the 3-peak, the tri-peak. The first one I did actually looks pretty good. It's reversed. It's the way it's supposed to be. But because I'm trying to be very precise on it, I always say that. And then at the end, I'm like, I don't care, just throw it together. But I am trying to be very precise with this one. So I bought a 10.5-inch ruler so that I can cut them and make sure that they are the same size. And this one is very, very short on either side. It's correct top to bottom, but side to side, very too small. Then I went back and redid my math and did it again and came up with these, which again, they look beautiful. They're all ironed beautifully and they're cut beautifully, but also too small. I forgot to add in the seam allowance that I would need for each of them. So I've cut another set of black and white rectangles in order to make the correct size. And that's what I'm going to do right now. it's too big. How can it be too big? Okay, there was some real quilting for you, some real life quilting for you. I'm going to guess that it's maybe more fun to watch someone do it perfectly every single time. But this is actually closer to the reality of my quilting experience. The trial and error, next week, I will have made progress on both of these quilts, all three of them actually. I'm looking forward to having all three of them moved along, and I will look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for being here. Bye.